Hello, hey Alkash. My head went suddenly tired. I think it's just because it's getting dark sooner, which I like. I like dark evenings. Light evenings confuse me. So, a couple of unbeanings today. Games that we dove back in July. Hi Dan and hi Milo. So we dove these. This one is an odd one. It's one of those pixel noir games developed, Ratalaika Games published visual novels. This one came out on the 18th of October 2024 and is available on Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam, and we're playing on Xbox today. Hey Leaky. Your peaceful holiday is interrupted when the small village you're staying in becomes terrorized by strange lights roaming the night and bizarre cattle mutilations. Enigmatic men in black are stalking the villagers and some have gone missing. You are their only chance to find them. Will you be able to save everyone and learn what is really happening when the sun goes down? Prepare yourself for a mystery that will follow you home. Branching narrative, multiple endings, retro, very retro, pixel thingamajigs, graphics. It could happen to you. So we got one achievement, but we're going to be restarting the thing. Hi everyone. Available on all good devices as no rubbish wants to. I mean, I don't judge. I mean, I do, but I don't judge publicly. This one's cheapo price, £4.99 or $4.99. It was 20% off at launch. It's not been on sale since, but it's, you know, not October yet. So it may be on sale again. So we're just going to start a new game. We got one achievement, which was for meeting the inhabitants of the village, but honestly, I don't remember much. So we're just going to go into it. This game is better played in the dark room with headphones on. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And then it said something... Work of fiction. Any resemblance to people living or dead is purely coincidental. Oh, congratulations on your steak. Okay. I know what time it is. Thank you very much. I have too many things that remind me when it gets to 8 o'clock or various times before. And it's like, yes, okay, I need to do things. But it gets annoying when I've actually been good and you know, made time work for me for once. But also my head is tired, the back of my ankle is itching, and I have a plaster on it, which means that I can't really itch at it because it's just going to make the reason I have a plaster on it hurt. But hey, it's all good. It's just, you know, it's just, oh, I don't like mint chocolate. Ew. Gross. It's like the worst kind. Well, I don't know. Chocolate with fruit and nuts is pretty awful. Mint chocolate is not my favorite. Orange chocolate. That's a good chocolate. This story began one regular morning like any other. Are we sitting comfortably? Then I will begin, except that I left my bloody teacup by the kettle again. One moment. Because of course I did. My flat smells like baguette because I bought a baguette for lunch. French bread is just amazing. All mint is bad, but mint chocolate is the worst. It ruins good chocolate. Exactly. Well, okay. So mint tea is lovely. Mint toothpaste is okay, but you don't eat that. Mint chocolate is bad. I'm not sure. Mint sauce? Nah, don't like mint sauce because for some reason it's got vinegar in it, and that just is weird. I'm trying to think if there's any other mint tea. Oh, polo mints. As long as they're not the sugar-free ones, because those are gross. Like Trebor spearmint, My dad usually eats those. They are very, like, ugh, but they're okay. They produce moisture in your mouth, which is useful. It's an odd sensation. Do not crunch them. Anyway, are we all sitting comfortably? Apparently we're having a creepy story time. It is Tuesday. Hopefully y'all are having a okay-ish week. I did 2 days, and now I've got a day, and then Thursday my friend is coming that I've not seen in 9 years, so I'm like a little nervous. And then next week I'm going to see my friend and her little baby, and I'm looking forward to it. Time off is marked in the schedule on Twitch. Please use it, because I will often forget to post in Discord, but I do keep my Twitch schedule up to date when it's pre-planned absences. So no stream on Thursday, no streams Tuesday, Thursday next week. You are sorting food, but let's imagine you're sitting comfortably. That's fine. I'll begin. You had taken a few vacation days from work to visit some friends in the countryside. Bus station. Now, where exactly is the bus I need to catch? Ah, that's the bus I have to board. Apart from the driver, there appeared to be no one inside. I feel like I need to submit this one for a point and click because it has touch points. The driver greeted you with a warm welcome and a friendly smile. Good morning. Okay. The fact that his pupil's moving is freaking me out. Excuse me, could you pay for the ticket now? You handed over the ticket fare to the driver. It was surprisingly cheap. All good. Please head inside and take a seat. As you are the only passenger today, we can leave now a little ahead of schedule. And if I can help you with anything else, just let me know. You're creeping me out, dude. Is there anything else I can help you with? Why aren't there any more passengers? Well, this route wasn't exactly known for its popularity to begin with. And I suppose people now have other reasons to avoid visiting that place. Well, I've already said too much and it's getting late. Please take a seat in the back so we can depart. How long will the trip take? Oh, not too much. We'll get there in a few hours. Just take a seat, sit and relax. I'll give you a heads up when we arrive. I don't like buses. Still more animation than plumbers wet my ties. Yeah, it's just the way it's animated is creeping me out. I kind of like the looks like a photograph outlined in pixels type art style. I think I streamed some of the one they did, which had FBI agents and aliens in it. At least I think it was FBI agents and aliens, but you know, I feel like it's the sort of level of art I appreciate because I could probably manage this kind of art. I'd like to think I could at least a little bit. My art consists of stick figures most of the time. And I definitely couldn't be dexterous enough to draw anything on a computer. I do have my remarkable, which means that I can doodle quite happily. And I'm not wasting paper. Anyway, it felt a bit weird to have the bus all the tense is odd. But anyway. Yeah, but that was a kiddie. That's different. And also that was, for family. It can't draw people. I felt a bit weird to have the entire bus all to myself, but I made myself comfortable nonetheless. I've decided I'm putting it in that tense and that person because it's weirding me out otherwise. As soon as I stepped inside, the bus began to move. It's in second person. I think that's what's throwing me off. Ah! Half and half today, Alkash. Half and half. So, I was wondering, what brings you to travel to that place? Well, a few weeks ago, it was my cousin's wedding. My entire family was there celebrating the occasion. Among my loved ones, there were old family friends like Carlos, who I barely remembered from my childhood. At one point during the party, I noticed Carlos approaching me. I am so glad to see you. The last time you were just a little kid. How are you doing these days? I've been better. That's too bad. It must be the stressful life of the city. I've heard that nowadays a lot of youngsters have anxiety and depression. Yep. You know what? You should come visit us someday. Maybe we could even use your help with something. Sure, count me in. This guy! This guy! Creepy, creepy, creepy eyes! At least Carlos looks happy and, like, the guy on the back of the pasta sauce things. The farmer guy, he just looks really just. Dear. Or maybe that's not even a guy. I don't know. This person is really disturbing. Yeah, I was looking for you. Do you know? Oh, yeah, no, this is not even a guy. I was just too distracted by the eyes. Do you know my wife Amelia, right? Come on, they're gonna give a speech. Well, it was a pleasure to see you. Remember what I told you. Visiting the countryside sounds nice. But yeah, flip a coin. Heads or tails? Which one's more chaotic? Tails, probably. Well, I'm not sure if you've chosen the best moment to come here, considering everything that's going on. Anyway, here we are. That was a quick couple of hours. The place looked deserted and the fog was so thick that nothing could be seen. Where the hell am I? Yeah, this is your destination. We have arrived. What else do you need? Please be quick. You mentioned something going on. Listen, think it's better if someone from around here tells you more. All I want to do is drive to my next stop. What else do you need? Where am I exactly? To the destination that said on your ticket, of course. Why are you so surprised? I have a schedule to fill, friend, and I'd appreciate if you leave the bus so I can go to the next stop. No one else is on the bus, mate. Everyone's middling today. Oh, I prefer not to talk about these kind of things, but ah! There we go. Okay, please step out of the bus. I want to drive away from here as soon as I can. Okay. Somewhere. Sorry, it's been a long week. Yeah, getting more yawny Joe today. Let me see how much chaos I'm causing. Oh, apparently it's one of those days. Okay. Was it Jesse that got 100% at the weekend? I thought that was pretty funny. It is just a random number generator, but, when you get clusters, it's quite funny. The bus swiftly departed after I stepped out, as if the driver had an urge to flee. To make matters worse, the wind was freezing, and then from within the veil of fog, a figure appeared, making its way towards me. Put on schedule. Let's get moving. Everyone is eager to meet you. What do you mean by everyone? Well, the locals from the village, naturally. Since we rarely have outsiders visiting, they were keen on meeting you. And they heard you were going to help us out, so they wanted to say thanks in person. Help out with what exactly? Oh, with the dying cattle, of course. Did I not mention that at the wedding? I don't think so. Oh well, my apologies. Oh, he looks sad now. I'm sorry I made you look sad. Don't worry, we won't burden you too much with this, but we will be really thankful if you could lend a hand with that while you're here. One never knows, you might catch something us old-timers didn't. We should start moving before we freeze out here. It's a bit of a walk. Sorry. He followed Carlos closely through the thick fog. It felt like a miracle ending a lost along the way. Eventually, I arrived at the village. There were only a few old houses, most of which were in pretty rough condition. It's the home of Carlos and Amelia. Last time you were here, you were just a little kid, and everything seemed larger and more dazzling. I could glimpse lights and shadows through the windows. There were quite a few people inside, yet no sounds of laughter. There was a door that led to a small shed. Something smelled really bad inside. You couldn't see what it was since the door was locked. A few days ago, I found another of my cows dead, so I locked it in there. You can check it out later if you want. Let's first say hello to everyone in the house, alright? Okay, this is the one we got for the... yeah. Amazing the villagers. This is the first achievement we got. That sky. Oh, I didn't even notice the sky. But I'm imagining it was like kind of like what you can see out the window here. The moment I stepped inside, a sudden wave of relief washed over me, as if the walls of the house offered protection from an indescribable malevolence. Oh, that's a good word. Inside the house, several people were present, and the atmosphere was filled with tension. Everyone appeared deeply concerned. Hello, everyone. This is my guest from the city that I mentioned to you before. Are we not related? I thought we were kind of related. But also, what do we do? God willing, this young one will help us in understanding what's going on. I already made it clear to you what's happening, but your stubborn doubters keep refusing to hear me out. Now, let's all calm down, folks. Our guest hasn't heard about the situation. I apologize for our neighbors' behavior. We are all anxious, so please bear with us. What's going on? You see, we've experienced a string of cattle deaths recently, a few each night. Initially, we assumed it might be the actions of wild animals, but... Got straight to the point, woman. Those damn cows didn't have a drop of blood on their bodies. Vampires. There's no way wolves could do that. Lucas is right. These are not ordinary attacks. Until now, the incidents have focused solely on cattle, but you have never witnessed anything like this before, so they could escalate. For your own safety, it's better if you avoid wandering too far on your own. Okay, so we have 4 people here. So there was a bleep bloop for meeting the villagers. Assume bleep bloop. I'm going to start with Granny. Nice to meet you. My name is Arlie. I'm the oldest person in the village. Previously, that title belonged to my husband, but I became a widow 5 years ago. I hope you've learned something useful. Is there anything I can help you with? Has this happened before? I've never witnessed anything like this in my entire life, not once. We've had wolf packs targeting our cattle, and we've endured plagues, but this is nothing like these. There's something evil about the corpses of those dead cows. If I can help you somehow, just let me know. Oh, wait. Are you scared about this? At my age, there's nothing much that can truly frighten me, but I'm concerned for the well-being of my neighbors. You see, first the cattle, then us. Be cautious out there. There's something evil haunting our village. What are your theories? All I can say is it's not the work of wild animals. I'm sure of that. The way the cows were killed, there's nothing in nature that does that. It was sick, malevolent. Same difference. You witness anything odd? No, I haven't, but I hardly venture outside these days, given my health isn't what it was. Maybe you should ask the others. I hope you've learned something useful. I'll be praying for your success. The inside of the house had witnessed better days, though it was in better condition than the exterior. Well, that's kind of weird. Finally, someone with a brain. By the way, my name is Lucas, and I'm not a hillbilly like these folks. Back in the day, I was a train driver on the city, but I moved to this village when my wife passed away. Hopefully, you'll be able to convince these closed-minded old crooks what's really going on here. What's really going on? I don't think anyone has the full picture, but I do know we're dealing with more than mere cattle deaths. I often take walks late at night, and since the attack started, I've noticed these odd unsettling lights in the sky. Right after sunset and just before daybreak. Oh, come on. Not your ghost stories again, Lucas. This is not the time for scare stories. It's a serious thing we're dealing with here. See, no one believes me. If you doubt my words, go ask Francisco for Clemente. He's seen him too. Yeah, that's why I gave him this voice. But now I'm like, maybe he doesn't sound like this, but it's too late now. Do you have anything else you'd like to talk about? It's not as if I had any of the pressing matters to respond to your questions. Have you seen anything strange? You bet I've seen it. Have you ever laid eyes on any of those animal bodies? It's unnatural. I'd rather not go into the detail about it. Let's change the subject. Why are you so pissed off? Everyone in this damn village thinks I'm nuts. He should be corroborating my story. What kind of friend leaves his mate alone? What else do you want to know? Just spit it out. I'll come back later. I'll be right here. Okay. Listen, I know you were expecting more of a normal holiday to relax, but we really appreciate you trying to help us. Just give me a heads up if anything... Oh, right, okay. How did this all begin? It all started around a month ago. First, it was just isolated attacks at the Clemente's farm, which is on the outskirts of the village. Each morning, they discovered that some of their cattle had been killed during the night. Soon after, we all became experiencing similar situations with our cows. What's the matter with the carcasses? I've never seen anything similar. I wouldn't know how to put it into words. You should check by yourself. The remains of one of the cows is in my shed outside of the house. It's locked because I don't want animals coming in. Take this key. Just give me a head... Oh. Are all the villagers present here? Almost everyone, yeah. The Clementes are the only ones missing. I phoned them earlier, but they told me they couldn't make it. The attacks began at their farm, so they might have information we don't. Perhaps you should go check up on them. But don't forget to be back before sunset. Have you informed the police? Yes, of course. But the nearest police station is a couple of kilometres away, and they didn't come across as willing to help. Couple of kilometres? That's not very far. That's not very far. I'm afraid they won't step in until someone gets injured or worse. Any assistance you can offer would be greatly appreciated. Okay, you might want to pay a visit to the Clementes. After all, these damned incidents started there. Okay, we've got a key. Alright, who wants to go look? Your family's village. See, I thought there was that. Who wants to go look at a creepy cow corpse? The door that led to a small shed. Something smelled really bad. I have the key, so let's go for it. Carlos's shed. Ew! The shed was so dark it was difficult to see anything. Nevertheless, the most unsettling thing was the repugnant smell of decaying flesh, emanating from somewhere within. Thank you for the sub, Ray. Also, hi, Ray. Hi. We are playing weird Ratalaika games today. Well, a weird I don't know if the other one's Ratalaika, actually. I don't think it is. There. How's it going? Are you back? Safe from wherever it was you went to? You're packing? Oh, yes. Not yet. Okay. Did you go to Gamescom? Honestly, can't keep track because time is, you know, tricky. Oh, no. You're packing for moving back to London. No, I knew you were moving back to London. You did go to Gamescom. That was possibly over a week ago as well. I remember how time works. Not. Okay, so we're about to see a possibly really disgusting cow that's dead. You loved going back to your second hometown. I mean, that sounds sarcastic. Considering it was followed by a bath. Not hot tea, but like, you've seen it and smelled an actual IRL dead cow after it blew up. Okay, I mean, I grew up in the countryside. I've seen dead things before. I've seen dead people before. That, yeah. It's just more. This looks like mushrooms. I'm about to puke, apparently. I'm not, but, you know. Oh, no! Oh, yuck. Okay, well, that's what happens with, you know, bodies. They get bloated because the gases isn't decomposing. I watched way too many episodes of CSI. But this is just funny because it's Pixel. Yeah. Hey, Circlute. In no time, you pinpointed the source of the putrid odor lying dead on the ground. Sorry, Circlute, you had to come into dead cow with what the fuck did they do to its arms, legs. It's in a weird position that doesn't look natural. Okay, so let's just get through this. From the looks of it, the corpse had been there for days and it was in an advanced state of decomposition. Oh, they blew it up and dropped chunks on car. Really? You know, seems like a really stupid thing to do. And also kind of cruel. Sort of just need to slice it open so that the gases don't blow it and then it won't explode. But again, I watched too much TV. The head had been removed from the body. The cut was clean. It seemed to be formed with chirurgical precision. Is that the right word? I've seen that word before, but I don't. I would have gone with surgical precision. Doesn't mean that this is the wrong word, just I can't pronounce it. The eyes were missing and the other parts of the face, such as the lips, that had been removed rather than rotten. Interesting, there was no blood at all. The cow's headless corpse rested on the ground with countless flies gathering around it. The smell was unbearable. Oh god. There was a large cut on the body near the stomach, but there was no blood around it. Well, if the stomach's been sliced open... You posted a video of a exploding whale in my Discord, Leaky. That is neither cute, nor gamey, nor booky, nor appropriate. Don't want to see exploding whale. Nor was there any blood inside the animal, for that matter. Okay. Look, do we have to look at the... No! Don't post dead whales in my Discord, please. Please delete. Okay. Now we're going to go see the neighbour. Clemente. Ooh, this one looks pretty. You recalled the past to the Clemente's house from your childhood memories. They owned a massive farmhouse, the largest one in the village. Pretty. The Clementes owned the village's largest farm. They were a bit younger than the other locals. You remember them being friendly and kind to you during your childhood. There were 2 cars parked there, so I'd say both of them are inside the house. Except they're probably not, and I bet they've gone missing. I'll see if they can give me further details about what's going on in the village. Darling, is it you? Oh, someone's missing. Oh, who are you and what's your business here? This is private properties. I'm a guest of Carlos's. I'm glad to meet you. Ah, yes, you mentioned a few days ago that you were going to be here during your vacation. I apologise, but both my husband and I are quite occupied at the moment. It's better if we talk another time. Can I talk to your husband, please? My husband is right now on a business trip. You have to wait till he comes back. When will he be back? In a couple of days, I think. Whatever it is you want to talk with him about, you'll be able to do it in person then. I'm expecting a very important call. You need to leave now. Well, that was strange. She seemed quite fixated on getting me to leave. I wonder if she's concealing something. I wonder if the husband is actually missing. We didn't ask about the lights. We could try again. Let's see if we can... Okay. No one opened the door. Unsurprising, she didn't appear to be able to talk. Okay. It's village. The walk took some time. By the time you arrived back to the house, the sun was descending on the horizon. Oh no. We were back before sunset, just... Ah, you're back. We were starting to get worried. Everyone's already left. They wanted me to send you regards. They wanted me to... You know what I meant. Trying to say. Now tell me, were you able to chat with the Clementes? Come on, you can talk while you enjoyed the food. Dinner's on the table. Amelia was an exceptional cook. They enjoyed a delicious meal. Ambiance was steeped in coziness, with the aroma of their culinary efforts enveloping the air. For a brief moment, the troubling situation in the village and the worries of your neighbours faded from your mind. So, returning to where we left off in our conversation, were you able to talk to the Clementes? Sarah said that her husband wasn't there. Now, that's strange. I saw his car parked in front of their house earlier today. Anyway, did she tell you anything new about the dead cattle? She seemed quite nervous. Of course, we all are with all that's happening. That's why we need to solve this thing as soon as possible so we can all go back to our regular lives. Anyway, it's quite late. Let me know when to go to sleep and I'll prepare your room. Amelia seemed lost in her thoughts, mumbling. What happened to us if we don't stop these killings? I guess you must be tired. Are you going to sleep? Yes, wake me up tomorrow. See you in the morning then. Sweet dreams. You headed to your room, managed to sleep for a few hours. Then later that night... What is that? Ooh, I can save. Please select a save. File 1. Save. Okay. In the darkness, you reach the light switch with your fingers. The noise is coming from outside the room. Why would you reach the light switch? Because you just destroyed your night vision if you want to try and look outside, and also made everything reflect in a window. Hey, Vlad. Sorry, I was just processing. Yes. Anyone that's not been into the stream in a while, don't forget to collect your daily Chivos. And, check out the question of the day if you are interested. There's also, a couple of commands, as always, to see if you like random stuff, because then Twitch will be like, aha, you are watching, because it's punishing lurkers at the moment, which is mean. Yes, so this one's been sitting there for about a month because no one's done question because I was away for a little while. So which video game character do you think has the worst fashion sense? And I feel like I should follow it up with, and why is it XYZ, but I'm terrible with names, so discuss. The noise is coming from outside the room. I am so worried. Will I ever get to see him again? Oh, my apologies for disturbing your sleep. What's going on here? Apparently Sarah's husband, Francisco, has gone missing. This is happening to us. God. I've been attempting to understand what she's saying, but I can't make sense of it. Maybe you should have a talk with her. You might uncover something that I might have overlooked. Okay, sure. Take a seat beside Sarah and try to understand her words. They told me if I didn't say anything to anyone, I'd be back after a few days. But it's been a week, and I don't know anything about him. Start from the beginning. It was a cold night like this one. A week before. It was late at night. I wanted to go to bed already, but my husband couldn't sleep. Another dead cow today, and I know there'll be another tomorrow, and that's a lot of money. Was he worried about something? He kept mumbling something. Our cattle keeps dying every night by whatever those lights are. I don't know how much more we can take. At this pace, we'll go bankrupt soon. Was he behaving strange? When he was looking at the window every few minutes. Nothing out there. Yet they never appear this early, only after midnight. At least I know I'm not crazy. Last night Lucas saw him too. What happened next? There's those damn lights again. But there's something wrong. I've never seen them so close to the village or flying so low. I came from the barn. Darling, bring me my weapon. I'll take a look. I told him not to go. I was so afraid. Did you see something outside? I didn't even dare to look through the window. I was terrified. But I heard something. I'm sure it was my husband's gun. Did you call for help? I tried. But the phone wasn't working and I was too afraid to go outside. What happened next? I kept on waiting for my husband to return for several hours. It felt like an eternity. Finally, when the sun started to rise, I decided to go to the police. I was about to get out and that's when they came. Who? For some reason, I thought they were from the government. They gave me the chills when they spoke. Their voices, We came to talk about your husband. Last night, your husband suffered an accident. His condition is stable, but he must remain secluded for the time being. It is of the utmost importance that you don't talk to anyone about what happened last night, or we won't be able to guarantee his safety. We will contact you with further instructions soon. Your husband will be back safe in a few days, provided you don't talk. And then they left in a black car with no plate. And that's what happened. Since then, I've been waiting for those men to contact me somehow. Flashback! Listen to Sarah's story. So no one has any comments on anything. Fine. Cool. I'll play this for probably about another half an hour. And I'm switching games. I got 2 games for today. Just because, well, I'm missing Thursday streams, so I wanted to try and cram in games. I just don't know what to do anymore. Are there any possible hideouts nearby? Not in the village, but of course there's a few towns nearby and several old factories, some of them abandoned. If only we knew where to start looking. They could have them anywhere. Maybe there are clues at the farm. Well, any tracks their car might have left would be gone by now, but I guess we could go check. Let's go. It looks like a Salvador Dali painting. As you walked in, the phone started ringing. Oh no. Hello? Were you the villain in that game? I mean, probably, yeah. I remember the dildo gun. That was funny. Saints Row 2 is a funny game. Or is it Saints Row 3? Saints Row 3 I think I played. And 4. Both of them? Yeah. I think they were games of gold. Joe is an adult human being. Why wouldn't I say dildo? Or vibrator. I've said these things on stream. You know. They've been clipped. I am far from innocent. No matter what my username is. Lies? You don't do that very often. That's boring. Hello? You and Carlos got closer to hear what they were saying. It wasn't the only game that had vibrators in. I played... It was Talos Principle 2, and I was like, Jesse, which way to the vibrators? Which got clipped. And then there was another game, I was like... It was a pixely one. Neon something or other. Hey, for... Anyway. Oh, good stretch. I'm hiccuping sausage at the moment. Interesting. Okay, you and Carlos got closer to hear what they were saying. Ms. Clemente. We will go to your home tomorrow morning to speak with you again. Hey, Bilius. Like we told you, we hope you're alone. And don't speak about this with anyone. For the sake of your husband. Yes, will he? They didn't say anything about releasing Francisco. But they mentioned they were going to come here tomorrow. It might be our chance to learn where they are keeping him. Maybe it's better if you choose the course of action. You're younger and smarter than me, after all. 33, that's a pretty number. I know you're trying to go for 69 and then you will stop. But 33 is such a pretty number. Any ideas? Should follow them where they live. For every exhibition. A third of the way to 69? That would be 23. 33 is nearly halfway there. Unless my maths brain has completely gone out, like dribbled out my ears. Okay, good. You were trying to trap Dan. Okay. I have a new section on my profile page with a new command with tone markers. Well, you people with actual senses of humor need to look them up. I shall provide the link. I do not always get when people are joking. That's okay. Well, you put. I mean, yeah, yeah, I know. He was baiting you. You used an extra S there, Dan. You know, in North America, isn't it math? There's like singular math. It's why they get the sums wrong, right? Okay, I will let you two do the baiting thing. I'm going to read the city story. I see. We could wait for them. Wait them. We could wait them on the car and discover where they're heading when they go back to their hideout. It's a clever plan, but it will put Sarah at risk since she'll be completely alone to meet them. Okay, are you sure about this? It's risky, but it's the best plan. They said she had to be alone. They didn't say people couldn't be waiting outside. I agree. Let's get some sleep. We are taking the car on early morning. Uh, English. We're taking the car on the early morning. You left the house and went to your room to sleep. All you could dream of was nightmares of eyes in the shape of lights watching you from the night sky. It's entirely possible. Six a.m. What is that up there? Just looks like a random T in the ceiling. Okay, 6 a.m. Why the fuck is it 6 a.m.? I can see more silly words in chat. Sausage. Porcupine. Lemonade. You got into the car with Carlos and moved to a position where you can see the road coming out of the village. It does indeed. Is it still clickbait if it's not a link? Keep watching. They may be here at any moment. Hey! I saw a black car entering the village. It's heading towards the farm just now. When they leave, they will pass through where you are. But please be careful. Bad feeling about all this. Don't worry, we'll be safe. It's funny. Got bubbles. You waited for quite a while and kept on waiting. They are taking too much time. I don't like this one bit. Sarah may be in danger. Should we head to the farm? Calm down, let's wait. Yes, you're right. We should stick to the plan. I hope she's safe. There they are. Go, go! Aspidistra. Black car didn't try and shake you off. The men inside obviously caught sight of you at some point, but they didn't appear to mind. Or maybe they wanted you to follow. I've made it to the Clement's family farmhouse. Is Sarah all right? She is not here. And the entire place is wasted. It seems there's a fight here. I'll keep on searching for her, but I have a feeling that they may have taken her by force. Understood. Keep me posted. Signs of Sarah at the farm. These men must have kidnapped her as well. We knew we should have been there to protect her. We need to stop these people, whoever they are. He kept on driving silently. And then... Look, they're going that way. Kumquats? They drove towards an aging industrial compound which was in a state of severe disrepair. Parked the car at a bit of a distance to prevent being seen. Really? A large metal gate in the surrounding walls of the compound swung open as the black car approached it. And promptly closed once they entered the complex. And the airy atmosphere seemed to emanate from the factory. Judging by its appearance, one could easily assume that the place was abandoned. However, despite the dilapidated state of the buildings, the perimeter wall of the compound stood firm. The only notable way in was a large metal gate, currently closed. Getting in won't be easy. Dilapidated is a good word as well. Yeah. Do you know this place? Not too much. I've never been inside, just passed by with a car, you know. I believe it is used to serve as a storage facility for a furniture company from a neighbouring town. However, it's been closed for many years now. I need to call the police. Use your phone and tell them to come here as soon as possible. There's no signal. Damn it. Any other idea? Take a look around. Oh, sounds like a good idea. What about me? What should I do? Go to the police. I understand. It might take a bit, but I'll drive to the closest police station and tell them to come here. In the meantime, see if you can find Sarah and Francisco, but don't take unnecessary risks. Psst. As soon as you stepped out, the car Carlos drove away. You could only hope that he would keep his promise of coming back with help soon. Okay, so how do we approach this place? I guess I could walk to the main gate. There might be a way to open it and enter, but it's likely that I'll be seen by everyone inside. Okay. Airy atmosphere. Okay. And then this one is... Should I walk on the building and see if I can wait to enter without being noticed? Walk around the rear. Back of the compound, you came across a section of the wall that's caved in. I can make my way up. Climb through the collapsed wall. Stepped into the compound without being noticed. I guess there aren't too many people inside since I haven't spotted anyone. The stairs appear to go up the second floor of one of the main buildings. No one was visible, but you could make out faint voices in the distance. Get ready to move. The transport will be here soon. And the two subjects? When the evacuation preparations are done, dispose of them. Oh crap, we've got to get there quick then. Oh, creepy. The second floor of the main building was ruined, but it still was better preserved than the area below. We're just about to go that way when I hit a moment of hesitation. I heard voices come from there, so it's best if I steer clear of that direction. Oh, some strange-looking medical equipment there. Some weird flesh-looking cables came out of a small device on the floor and went into a sheet that covered a body on a hospital bed. That honestly looks like it's humping. Under a sheet there's a middle-aged man, which he recognises as Francisco Clemente. Seemed to be alive, just in a deep sleep. He tried to wake him, but it didn't work. He remained unconscious. So these weird cables plugged into his arm, they're moving. Some weird flesh-looking cables. They pulsated regularly, generating disgusting noise. What should I do with them? Unplug them. She pulled them out, they started twitching. On their own ends, they revealed small mouths filled with teeth reminiscent of lampreys, which opened and closed frantically. Eventually, they ceased moving. He bandaged his arm that was still bleeding from the blood-sucking worm things that he had attached. A few seconds after, he slowly started to wake up. Where am I? And who are you? You were kidnapped, I'm a friend. I see, so it was them. What about my wife? Where is she? They got to her too. We need to save her. What was that? It comes from those doors at the end of the room. There's something or someone pounding on the door from the other side. Give me a hand to smash it open. Darling, don't worry, I'll remove those ropes. I thought they were going to kill me. No, I'm here, no one will hurt you. Sarah, how did you get there? I remember they injected me with something back at the farm. And then I just woke up tied to that chair. Any clue on who those people are? I don't know anything about any strange men. What I can tell you is, I've seen more strange lights in the sky that I thought were related to dead cattle. I went to the government, to the police, to everyone. The police told me to stay the hell away from those weird lights and ignore the whole thing. But I was losing so much cattle, I just couldn't hide at home and hope for it to stop by itself, you know. Dear, don't be so hard on yourself. We're not safe yet. You're right, we need to get out of here. So I'm guessing the blood-sucking lamprey thingies. Oh dear. You will stop now. Run! In the name of God are those things? Keep running! The three of you ran for an eternity until your legs hurt and you were completely out of breath. I think they're not following us. That's when you saw the police cars driving fast towards the ruined factory. The cars pulled over, turned off. Carlos had told them where to find you and they were on their way to help you. A real hero! Woohoo! Rescue Sarah and Carlos. One of the cars transported Sarah and Francisco. Oh, it's a Terran Carlos, but yeah. To the hospital for a comprehensive medical examination. However, you were determined to return to the factory and assist the police in raiding the location. You needed to witness what was happening there to confirm you weren't losing your mind. A few minutes after the cops rushed into the building, they allowed you to go in. It's all empty. My men searched the entire place. No trace of any cars or men or any of the equipment that you described. These people you talked about, or whatever you said they were, they left without leaving any trace. One would think that you made the whole thing up. Oh, I do believe you. There was some kind of operation going on here. This entire compound was rented some months ago to a small construction company. But I had the boys at the station check out the name of the company. It turns out they don't actually exist. Who were they? Well, who knows. For years, there have been all kinds of rumours among rural policemen about incidents like this all around the country. Usually, they only last for a few weeks, then you hear that it's been going on again, somewhere else. If someone starts looking at it too much, he gets a warning from above. Someone's important doesn't want this to get any attention. So what we do is we try to forget quickly about it. I suggest you do the same. Men have been incredibly meticulous in erasing their tracks. Even the imprints of car wheels have been removed. How could they have pulled this off so quickly? There's no way I imagined all of this, right? You left that damn place knowing there was nothing else you could do there. The cops drove you back to your family house where the entire town was waiting for you. Both Francisco and Sarah were fine, the doctors said. You stayed there for another 4 weeks, savouring the warmth of everyone's hospitality. But unfortunately, time had come to head back to the city. The driver nods at you when you came in, but he didn't say a word. Maybe he just didn't listen to your story. Who were those strange men, and what was their reason for orchestrating all of this? You wondered if you would ever get to understand their mysterious goals. Soon your mood improved as the bus drove you away from the village and into the safety of the city. The nightmare was all behind. At least, that's what you thought. Back to normal, return to your regular life. Dun dun dun. You walked home looking forward to relax before going back to your regular life. But when you arrived, you found a nasty surprise. The door's already open. The door to your house was slightly open and the light was on. There was no sound coming from within. I'm calling the police. There was no answer from inside. Probably works better if you actually call the police as well. You carefully walked in, not knowing what you'd find inside. What the hell? The place was a complete disaster. Your belongings were chaotically scattered across the flat. Someone must have broken in while you were away. You checked repeatedly, ensuring you were completely alone. Someone had invaded your home and mysteriously combed through every corner of it. The contents of your drawers and closets had been emptied out. You'd heard stories of burglars waiting for people to go away on trips to ransack their homes. You wondered if you were now the most recent victim on their list. But hold on, the TV's still here, and my computer as well, and all my money, so what were they searching for? You shudder at the notion that perhaps what they were seeking was none other than you. Okay, calm down. What I should do first is call the police. 091. This is the police. Please state your emergency. I need cops at my house now. I can't send in any of our officers if you don't tell me what's going on. Someone robbed my house. I understand. Are the burglars still there? I'm not sure. Understood. Please leave the premises and move to a safe location. I'm sending the alert now, so a patrol goes there as soon as possible. Please remain on the phone. Turns out all our units are currently busy. A patrol should get there in 6 or 7 hours. That's way too long. Fortunately, we can't send any units sooner. Just remain calm. Help is on its way. What now? Check with the neighbours. There's no way all this happened without anyone noticing. Maybe the guy that lives next door saw something that became useful to learn when he broke into my house. Cleaning up's not the solution here. You left your place and went next door. Hello? Oh, it's you. I was actually looking to talk. Would you mind making less noise tonight? Yesterday my wife and I could barely get any sleep. Why would anyone move furniture around that late at night? Actually, I just arrived from a trip. Oh, so it was burglars. Damn, I should ask my landlord for better door locks. But I'm not surprised. I've heard there have been many burglaries in the neighbourhood lately. I'm glad the mayor's decided to make it his top priority, though. Haven't you heard? In fact, yesterday there were some men from the government asking around to catch them. Tell me more about these men. There's not much to say, just some men well suited. My wife and I thought they were a bit disturbing, so we rushed to answer all their questions as quick as we could. Maybe it was because the one that talked had an unsettling, buzzing voice. I guess he had to have a tracheotomy or something. What questions did they ask you? Well, they wanted to know more about the people living here. I think they spoke with all of the neighbours. They told me they would come back soon to talk with you. Anyway, it's been a nice chat, but I've got to go now. Please remember to not do noise at night, okay? See you. Your phone started ringing. I hope it's the police telling me they're on their way. The person calling was Robert Strauss, an ex-colleague from work that I hadn't heard from in many years. He was a nice guy. He even hung out at his place once to celebrate his birthday with the co-workers. But eventually he went to work somewhere else and you lost all contact. Please? Hello, is everything all right? Help me. They came here. They were looking for you. Who are you talking about? I don't know. These strange men with weird voices. They kept asking me things about you. They injected me something. I don't feel good. I don't think I can go to hospital on my own. You need to come to my place. I need help, please. Wait, I'll get you an ambulance. Help me. I know what they... And then suddenly, the screen went dark. You tried to turn the phone on, but it was no use. Damn thing just ran out of battery. You stood paralyzed for a minute, considering what to do next. Charge the phone, send for an ambulance. You plugged in the phone and waited for it to work again. It took about an hour. Jeez. When my phone runs out of battery, it's about 3 minutes before I can get it on, and it would probably make an emergency call. Finally, you were able to call the emergency services. They promised they would send help straight away, but your guts were telling you it wouldn't be fast enough. More time passed, and you became concerned about not getting any new updates. I wonder if I should go check on him in person. No. Stay at home. I can't leave. I'm waiting on the police. We do not want to die. Does not make us a bad friend. Excuse me. Random colleague that we've not heard from in ages is not a friend. Especially when it's clearly a trap. Still waiting for the police. The place is still a mess, so I decided to clean. That's a bad idea. Then the police are like, well, there's nothing missing, there's no mess. You got rid of all the fingerprints and shit. It took you a couple of hours, but you were able to return some semblance of normality to your place. While putting it all together, you noticed something. Anything even remotely valuable to hear. In fact, I don't think they even took anything at all. The knowledge that nothing had been stolen didn't feel relieving at all. You had the disturbing thought that what they were looking for was you. By that point, it was late night. You felt very tired from the long bus trip and what had happened afterwards, so you went to sleep. I'd be changing the locks and shit. You locked yourself in your room, but you could barely get any sleep. You constantly heard sounds as if someone was trying to open the door of your house, but every time you checked, there was no one in the lobby. Seconds became minutes, minutes became hours. Finally, the sun rose again. Someone woke you up early in the morning. It's the police. Open up. I want to ask you some questions. Fighting the law? As soon as she walked in, she looked around with curiosity. She seemed disappointed about not seeing anything out of the ordinary. Hi, I'm Officer Mercedes from the City Police. We are conducting an investigation and wanted to ask you some questions. Tell me, do you know a person called Robert Strauss? The memory of his strange phone call yesterday came to your mind. You hope whatever was going on at his place had been solved for the better. Well, do you know him or not? He's an ex-co-worker? I barely know. It's funny, because according to his phone, he just called you yesterday. It's a bit strange that an ex-co-worker calls you out of the blue, isn't it? I thought the same thing. She nodded, looking at you with suspicion. So, Rob called you yesterday. What did you speak about? Did he say something out of the ordinary? He said he'd been attacked. Attacked? Can you give me more details? He said some men drugged him. Some men? Did he describe them? He did not. I'm done with this. You've wasted enough of my time. Robert Strauss was found dead yesterday night. And I know you had something to do with it. Why would he have called you otherwise? The only reason why we haven't arrested you yet is because of his forensics report. He said he died of a heart attack, natural causes. But I know there's something you're not telling me. I literally just told you everything! Whatever is going on here, I'll get to the bottom of it. You can be sure of that. Until we sort out the details on the investigation, do not leave the city. If you remember anything, whatever it is, call us immediately. That's all for now. We've told you everything. We told you someone broke into the house. We weren't sure if they were still there. We called an ambulance. Okay, it took us an hour, but our phone died, and that was just unfortunate. We told you he said he was attacked, that strange men drugged him. What are we not... she walks away, leaving you alone. Neurotypicals. You stood there silently for a minute, thinking on the moment you stood at work with Robert. Somehow you knew you could have done more to help him. Can't believe he's dead now. This is a nightmare. I think we'd be dead if we'd have gone there. And why should we feel guilty? If he had a phone call, he should have called the ready police. You closed your eyes for a second, feeling guilty. I'm sorry I couldn't do more for you, friend. Then your phone started to buzz. Okay. You didn't recognise the person in the screen. Can we just not answer the phone to the creepy man that looks like the Joker? Listen to me, pal. Do not hang the phone. You are in real danger. Those that you met at the village will be here soon. How does he know about? That doesn't matter. They're already coming up the stairs. You do not have much time. The ground shakes, and for a second you thought it had been an earthquake, but it had to be someone hitting your door over and over with insane strength. You instinctively knew that the door wouldn't stand much more. I can get you out of here alive, but you need to do exactly what I say. Okay, please help me. Grab the remote control off the TV, then hide inside the nearest closet. Do as I say now. Remote control. Which, without thinking twice, you quickly grabbed the sofa, grabbed the remote and hoped this was not a waste of precious time. You ran as fast as you could towards a nearby closet and hid inside. You barely made it on time. Must be here somewhere. They're the same men from the village. Now it's the time. You pressed the random button on the remote. As you did, a TV went on in another room. What is that? They're distracted. Now's my chance. You rushed the door at full speed. You only stopped when your legs started to hurt and you were completely out of breath. So then you realised that during the escape you'd lost your phone. You said, "Save my skin, more valuable than a phone." I survived the break-in. What I don't understand is who that mysterious caller was. Why is he helping me? He did seem to know exactly everything that's going to happen. The streets were quiet, just like any other ordinary morning. No sign of them around. They didn't pursue me. You spent enough time to catch your breath, and now you knew where you wanted to go next. To the police station. That was the most reasonable course of action. In your previous encounter, these dark men ran away to avoid having to deal with authorities. Let's see their faces when the cops appear. But you hadn't even made a single step when a taxi rushed you, blocking your path. The driver seemed quite annoyed. He looked at you, moved his head, ordering you to get in the car. Okay, sure. Why am I trusting random strangers? I don't know. You had seated in the back of the taxi. As soon as you were in, the car started moving. The driver kept checking you time to time through the mirror. The driver noticed your intention to talk. I was told not to talk to you. What the hell do you want? Where are we going? It seemed as if he was about to speak, then he looked away and ignored you. Answer me, please. Shut up, I can't talk to you. You said several times that I shouldn't talk to you under any circumstances. You're not going to trick me into doing that, not when I have so much at stake. A few minutes passed, then the car slowed down. Get out, we have arrived. Taxi left you in front of a strange shop located in the middle of nowhere. That's it, I've done my part. He told me to bring you here so you could speak with you. And you tell him to stop messing with my little kid, okay? Why is he bothering your kid? The driver remained silent for a second, wondering about something disturbing. Then his face turned grim. Forget about it. I shouldn't have said anything. Before he could say anything, the taxi ran away, fast as if he was trying to escape from an unfathomable shadow chasing it. Soon enough, it disappeared into the horizon. In front of you, there was a strange shop. They sold tarot cards, crystals, candles, and incense, and all sorts of esoteric stuff. The banner promised their fortune-telling services and promised they could dispel curses and grant good luck through rituals. You thought, I'm interested in mystic things. Of course you are, but the stuff promoted at that shop seemed cheap and low quality, not the kind of place you would ever visit. So we're just going to trust it. You wonder if you should walk in or not. Enter the shop. She moved towards the door. A strange-looking woman stepped out. She was very pale. Her clothing was weird and you couldn't determine her age. Ah, you're finally here. To be honest, I had some doubts if you would be coming at all. But here you are. You look exactly as he described you. And you come at the exact time he predicted, accurate to the minute. He never ceases to amaze me. What are you talking about? Sorry, I thought for the minute you were friends with him. It's an acquaintance of mine. He wants to talk with you about something. He hasn't arrived yet, but he will come shortly. Let's not stand here outside. Who knows who could be watching? Come in. It'd be better if we wait for him inside. You didn't feel any danger, so you followed her. Feel any danger? We're about great at feeling danger as a newborn puppy. There were very few sources of light inside. You sat in one of the only two chairs in the room in front of a strange round table. A few minutes later, you started to feel dizzy. It was hard to breathe because of the strong smell of the incense. I hope the person I'm supposed to meet here doesn't make me wait for too long. You started to break the silence. Can you tell me what's going on? A few uncomfortable seconds happened. It seemed like she was carefully considering what to answer. Then she sat in front of you. Be patient. He told me he would get here shortly. Once he's here, all your questions will be solved. While we wait, I can read your future, though, through tarot cards. Well, if you insist. Good. Let's see what fate has stored for you, then. The woman closed her eyes and shuffled the cards in a strange way, mumbling something to herself. Next, she opened her eyes and moved the extended deck towards you. The only thing you could see was the back of the cards. They all looked the same. Pick one, if you please. You touched one of the cards. She then flipped it. Ah, the Fool, and it's reversed. Not a good omen, this one. Like a kid dancing near the precipice, the Fool doesn't see how dangerous a position he finds himself in. I wonder what sort of unknown forces has this Fool unchained to be in such tribulation. Would you please pick another card? He randomly pointed to another card from the few she was showing to you. She nodded, raising an eyebrow slightly. A good one, the Lovers. It represents relationships and choices. Perhaps a decision that you've already taken or one you'll have to take. Just remember, all decisions demand a sacrifice. Don't choose lightly. Could you pick another card? The Tower, an interesting card, like the Tower of Babel of the old myth. Mankind tries to reach the heavens and they are punished. An omen of destruction that we brought onto ourselves by stepping into the forbidden. I must admit this is the most interesting. It's been a while since I saw a combination of cards like these. Another one? One card in particular piqued your attention. You pointed towards it. Death. A tense atmosphere suddenly invaded the room. Don't worry, as macabre as it may look, the card of death doesn't mean what most people would think. It means change. It means something is coming to an end. Something ends and a new thing begins. These damn tarotists always need to find a double meaning on absolutely anything, but we both know what death does really mean for you, don't we? What the hell are you? You can call me Mr. Green, but what I am is not really that important. What is important is that I have information for you. Excuse me for being late. It takes some time to pick the phone for her to pick up the phone when I call. You can call me Mr. Green. Why are you helping me? No reason, really. I just find this very entertaining, but enough with the inconsequential chit-chat. There's no need to be timid here. Just ask me the question you've been dying to ask. How can I stop this? To them? You're a bug that came in through a window and they're trying to smash. They won't stop. Like you would do with a disgusting cockroach if you found one at home, you wouldn't stop trying to kill it. Not unless it leaves on its own. Do you want to stop it? Then you need to walk out the forbidden place you've gotten yourself into. But not through the same window you entered last time. They shut that one down. Luckily for you, they've just opened another window right down. You need to go there, walk out, and close it behind you, not hard. Where's this new window? You didn't even blink before answering. Truly remarkable. I've arranged your trip already. Just walk out of this place. Then he was gone. It felt like an instant to you, but your body felt tired as if it had been hours. There's everything. Had a conversation with Mr. Green. Look around but couldn't find the woman who was there with you. The room was almost pitch black, but you could distinguish a myriad of strange trinkets on the walls. There was no trace of the woman you were talking to a few seconds ago, though. You walked out of the shop. As soon as you stepped out, the taxi arrived. What did you tell him? I should never have trusted you. I didn't tell him anything. Oh, now you're going to play innocent. Do you even know how long I've been trying to keep that thing away from our family? I was so close to end this nightmare once and for all, and now because you went back to the beginning. He remained silent for a second, his rage now depleted, transforming to sorrowness. Now I'm screaming at you, it seems, but still I've learned my lesson. Just get in the damn car and be done with it. Where are we going? Doesn't matter. We go where he's told me to bring you. End of story. The only thing you get to choose is if we do it the easy way or the hard way. Okay, get in the car. You get in the back seat. We may as well see where this goes. It feels like we're getting to an ending. And then we'll switch games. Well, we'll have a quick break and then we'll switch games. Willing or not, you were on your way to somewhere. Hours passed while the car drove away from the city through a seemingly endless and monotonous road. Finally, the exhaustion of the past days caught up with your body and you felt very, very tired. So you closed your eyes and quickly fell asleep. Who knows for how much time. And then... The car suddenly swerved, making it go out the road. Luckily, the driver quickly corrected the course. Did you see that? See what exactly? I swear to God there was a big winged thing in the sky flying our way. It freaked me out. The driver shook his head. It must have been my imagination. See a lighthouse? The car was passing near a small coast town that he hadn't seen before. A bit away from the urbanized area, there was a big lighthouse illuminating the sea. And the taxi took a turn towards it. We've arrived. Now get the hell out of my car. Okay, let's just get the hell out of this car, because... Poor guy. As expected, the taxi left right away as soon as you stepped out of it. You felt a mixture of anger and sorrow coming from the driver as he drove away. And there you were. Hey, horror. In a strange town in the middle of nowhere in a situation that felt eerily familiar. It's freezing out here. What should I do now? It's the main plaza of the town, located more or less in the centre of it. The buildings were old and some had not been taken proper care of, which caused a depressing scene. It was a late night and it was freezing, so it wasn't surprising there was no one in the streets. Maybe one of the villagers can help me. You chose a random door unlocked. And I looked at you through a small hole in the door. Hey, is that you? Wait, you're not her. What do you want? I'm lost, can you help me? Sorry, but my dad told me not to open to any strangers. Head to the hotel if you need a place to stay. Now go away. That wasn't very helpful. Actually, it was. Head to the hotel. That was helpful. You headed towards the hotel. The place had definitely seen better times, but you welcomed having a refuge from the cold. So you walked in, the clerk made you a signal, asking you to wait while she attended the phone. Pleasant Hotel, hello? Yes, A room for a single person, right? There won't be a problem. You'll be paying on in advance, understood. Okay, I see the money just arrived, that was fast. And when should we expect the guests to arrive? I see. I'll prepare everything right away. Thank you for calling us. Bye. Hello, come in, please. I wasn't expecting you to come so soon. Your room is ready, of course. It's the first room right after that one. You're waiting for me? Well, of course. I just spoke with your boss, Mr. Green. Based on what he said, I understand you'll be staying with us for some time. He asked me to tell you already paid in advance, so there's no need to worry about that. And you should focus exclusively on your task of finding the window. There's all sorts of windows in this town. Anyway, your room is ready. Let me know if you need anything else. Yes, is there anything I can help you with? Have you met Mr. Green before? Your boss? No, not at all. It's quite a minute ago. It was the first time we ever spoke. Now that I think about it, it's a bit strange that he knew about this place since we don't even have a website. And he knew my name. I guess he was here on holidays in the past or something. Okay. The hotel was old and seen better days for sure, but it didn't look too bad despite its age. It's a small building, so you assume there wouldn't be more than 5 or 6 rooms in total. Looking at the barely full guest list, most of them are currently empty. Oh. So anything strange recently? Anything strange? What do you mean? Someone disappeared? You mean like, no, I shouldn't speak about this so late at night? It's bad luck to speak about such things when it's dark, and if I do, I won't be able to sleep. What can you tell me about this town? Sadly, it's not a very touristic town. We get very few visitors. Other than the plaza, you want to check out the lighthouse. It's a bit far from the rest of the village, but the sights there are beautiful. You can't enter inside, though. The mayor decided to lock it because the youngsters kept breaking in to kiss and smoke. Okay. I'm going to... Save. Okay, so we've got 8 achievements. That's pretty good. Fail to rescue them. Defeat the winged creature. Okay. I feel like we've got a little more to go. And I don't want to spoil the story for you all. So yeah, it could happen to you. Press anywhere to be gazed by dark entities. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch games. We're going to have a small break. We're just going to put up the ending screen so I can bookmark this particular video, but don't go anywhere. Thanks. Oh, I also forgot to say thanks to Ideate Xbox for the code for this one. Generally goes without saying, and it is on the title screen, but I will say it anyway. So thank you for this bit of the stream.